Hello, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, I'm going to teach you how to install Microsoft SQL Server in your computer system. This is the system I'm going to demonstrate you for the complete session where we are going to initiating database installation and creation of the tables, writing the SQL query statements. All will go with the Microsoft SQL, the latest version of 2019. Go to the Google and hit a command of SQL Server 2019. Very simple. From the Google itself, I'll take you to how to make it as a download a free, where you can use the purpose of education purpose. The version I'll show you. See the first link when you observe here Microsoft.com. The language I am choosing here, it is an EN-US. That is a US language of English. Okay. Now you have to choose SQL Server 2019. Click this link. It will automatically take you the URL of Microsoft.com/EN-US and SQL Server like SQL-Server 2019. It will show you very clear based on your language and your environment setup, as you wish to choose your own language, which is available in Microsoft platform. Now straight away you observe here it's a try SQL Server 2019, where you can click here directly or else go with the downloads. This is the site where you can have more options, like see the overview, what is about it, and the comparison, features, what are the features are available, most of the features and updated and the latest features. We are going to be discussing our sessions one by one with a practical knowledge. Okay, and now see here about the pricing. This is very important in terms of the words of Microsoft SQL Server, where you in this session what I am going to show you like a freeware where the developer can download the version of Express or as Microsoft SQL developer version. You will have to practice, will have all the features of that. Whereas where here there is a limitation for the purpose of using as a commercial way. For the purpose, you have to buy the license from the Microsoft. You strongly remember it. See here, SQL Server 2019 for the pricing, you can check here based on the versions like a edition, we can call it as like an enterprise open to that open no level prices and licensing model, channel availability, and the enterprise standardization, standard server, and the standard cal, developer, web, express. These all the versions are available in Microsoft. Okay, these are add-ons. Go with one by one. You'll have many features you can find out here. Whereas I would like to show you by pressing the SQL Server 2019 downloads. Just go with the downloads very simply. Here you will identify here two versions of developer. Alright, either one we are going to be installing here. Whereas I am choosing as a developer, where this is the having what is the advantages here, like a 2019 developer is a full-featured free edition, licensed for a user for the development and test to database purpose only. We need to use for this, and non-production environment. Surely you have to strongly remember for it how the database, if it is in the production environment, the same replica it will be here for the developer edition. Similarly, you can also choose for Express for a free edition, SQL Server, ideal for the development and production for desktop model only. Whereas why I am choosing for this means there is a test database is also available in this database. We can directly start and jump start to practice with SQL statements by using this test database. Moreover, we need not to initiate all the creating of the databases and all. Anyhow, we will cover most to like how to create database by using script as well as the student management studio in MSSQL. Similarly, one more thing I would like to express you here, like scroll down a little bit, like see Install SQL Server 2019 on Windows, Linux, and Docker containers. How it is? Very simple steps will be here. As in a Windows or virtual machine Azure, you can choose this one. All the installation steps will also you can follow here. If it is in a Linux, you choose here. If it is in a Docker, you container images. If you want to choose to install, you can choose this installation. All right, these are the connection strings. Most of the times the code developer, they may point out and they may focus for regarding this connection strings. All right, we'll see app and we'll see for the click here for download now. This is the version which is initiating here. Now see here, SQL Server 2019 SSEI dev edition, it's completed here. Once it is completed, you just double click or else you right click and open. It's very much pretty easy to install. Now see SQL Server 2019. Do you want to access like a user access control? It will ask you, say yes. Now initiating the setup. Let's see. Now see here SQL Server 2019 Developer Edition. It is come again here. It is the steps like a basic, custom, download media. It shows that. And if you want to install directly, you can choose for basic. And if you are familiar how to know how to install like installation of 2019, you choose for custom development. And if you don't want to install right now, you want to download for the media, and later if you want to install it anyway, or else for any other system you would like to install, you choose for the download media. All right, you prefer to choose for download media. Why I'm telling that, in if initiate installation is initiated by applying basic or custom, in between, like if the internet is disconnected or may power gone or your battery of the laptop or desktop is very low, and there is an initiated of the setup, you are not having a such sufficient to stop the application installation. And so the way which you can choose for download the installation media once into your computer system, once it is completed, then you can go with a like a setup of from the exe or iso at anything. I'm choosing here, it is in a cap file like a compressed media or exe or .box file. It will comes where it is coming. Choose the path of your downloads folder by default and press download to start the downloading of the media. It purely depends upon how much time it will take, means it's a completely depends upon how internet facility and how your computer system is having a speed and all. Based on that, it will take such a sufficient time. All right, please be here. Wait, once the media is completed, we'll initiate the setup. Yeah, here you observe here SQL Server 2019 Developer Edition downloaded successfully. Now either choose option close this window or open a folder. Now straight away I am starting initiating of the setup here. So I've chosen the version of open the folder. Now this is the window like a SQL Server, this one. It's a 5.67 MB and the box of 1.37. This is the V, this one. Now let's initiate SQL Server 2019 like installation for the developer edition. Just right click and run as an administrator or open this like initiating the setup. Either one, anyone you can choose. Just press S to continue the setup of installation. Another instance is already running. Okay, now close this, exit, minimize the screen, go to downloads, and now you have to run this SQL Server Development Edition and press S. See here, it will ask you like a choose that extracted file, where it should exactly you require this file. All right, it's most probably it will choose you to download all the extracting files where the same folder itself. Now see here, it's a preparing for like a first it will be initiating like extracting all the things. Once the extraction is completed in this folder, Sometimes it will be automatically initiate that setup of MySQL, like Microsoft SQL Server 2019, or else you can initiate by pressing here. You see, this is an extracted folder. This is in a setup file, and like a similar, it's an application. It says that, and setup.exe. This is the file. You can start with the run of a setup of installation. Let's complete for further take an appropriate action of this installation. We'll see. It's almost, it's a 90% it is reached. Once it is completed successfully, we'll begin with the setup of Microsoft SQL Server 2019. This is very simple steps. All, if it is in a very simple session, I can simply say that download from the website like a Microsoft SQL Server, either Developer Edition or Express, and begin with the setup. Once the setup is initiated, there you have to concentrate a few steps. How to go with, like what are the options you have to choose to, like making is in a local environment of your MSSQL server accurately and properly. Now the extraction is completed successfully. You see here, the setup is automatically, it is initiating of setup process of the current operation. Please wait. It will show you like initiating and like a setup information. What are the steps to follow for installation purpose? Like see all the Windows sessions of the left menu items. Like planning, what you are going to be choosing from here, the list. And installation, maintenance, tools, resources, advanced, options. Now see here, just press like installation. These are the options will apply here. Like a maintenance, you can see. Tools, what are the tools are available, what you require to install, and what are the resources are available with this file, right? You elaborate all the things one by one, and you can go and choose as you wish to go. Where here in the planning, we have an provisions to how to approach and how to download all the things and how to upgrade the documentation systems. All everything is available here. Whereas we are going with installation, like this is a fresh installation. What you have to choose here, like a new installation, like a new SQL Server standalone installation or add-on features of existing installation. You have to choose. All right, just click on new SQL Server standalone installation. In this system is already having like a 2008 of SQL Server version, Server edition, whereas I am installing this as a new and fresh. All right, now let's see here. Setup, it will take based on your system configuration and performance, the memory capacity, it will take you a few seconds only. Where the process of the installation and following these steps, where it may be the independent laptop of your computer system, or it's your desktop machine with having Windows 10 operating system, and it may be a virtual machine like a VM or Docker, wherever you are going to be installing this application, like a MSSQL application software, the same procedure. There is a no more changes. May change the icons and the way. That's it. Or else all the options you are choosing is the very accurately is the same. Now let's see here. We will be on making is an next step very server 2019 setup is a process of the current operation here. We'll see here. Here, see, this window is giving product key. Like if you are having any license version, you just choose this, enter the product key and enter the product key here. Or else specify a free edition. We have a download developer, by default it is selected. Or else you can select as an evaluation or express also you can choose here. What the express version will have in the features, all will have in a developer edition. That express version will have an only the SQL Server, whereas developer version will have you have an test database as well. I'm choosing developer, okay, and see this all the steps will come in this installation setup. Now we are going with the option of click next by selecting this one. Now go with the next and see the Microsoft license agreement. You have to go and go with this all the features and options, which is the based on the country wise they are specify the terms and conditions. Go with and accept the terms and conditions. Click next. This the next window. It is in a global rules. Rules are checking in your progress. Based on the rules, if is passed, Microsoft updates. It will check the Microsoft updates. If you want to update from the Microsoft recommended, it is recommended you to update for patches and all. If you don't want, please uncheck. Check with another system. Go with the updates when it is in production real-time server. Click next. Now see the scan the product updates and download the setup files and extracting setup files, installing setup files. All these the steps if you have initiated from the internet directly. This is the window. Here we have a downloaded package already, and we from the local system we have initiated the setup. So it's a very simple step. It will complete as early. Now it is acquiring the information which is already downloaded and extracted file. From that file, it is acquired the information and it will be initiated the SQL Server setup. Now let's see here what it is going to be done here. It is like a specified installation. What are the requirement files required for MSSQL? It is acquiring. All right. Now it is launching the setup of the installation files, the agreements and license and terms and conditions. Now you will get like installation, like install rules, consistency check for SQL Server registry keys, and computer domain controller. If it is attached, it will be passed. Windows firewalls, it is a local system. It's not more to be focused on it. If it is in a production server, you have to focus on the Windows firewall. All the network team will take care about these rules. And now you have to just click next. The future selections, future rules, and ready to install all will come. Yes, this is the option you receive here. Now it's a very simple. If you want to install only, this is the instance features what you want to install here. And now see here, check here for database engine services. This is very much basic you require to install. Okay, the database what you want to run for MSSQL server and instances to create like a database server and all you want to install. For this you require to 1003 MB required for from your hard disk drive where you are going to be installing the specified path. Okay, you strongly remember this is the path is very essential, and to run an SQL server this is required. And now these are the optionals. If you want to install complete my like a MSSQL in your computer system, you simply just click all options like a select all. For this the setup is may require it will show you once it is acquired like a see 1 point like 14,584 MB of the required from the your hard disk drive. Okay, and unselect all, and just I'm going to just installing like MSSQL wherever you require to install such options from the these provision options, you can choose it and install later also. All right, now I'm choosing like a database engine services here, and most of the things what I want to install here. If you want, you can choose the analysis services. This is the basic like installation of MSSQL, and I would like to show you like what is the options. Basic beginner to we are starting from one by one the sessions to creating all the levels. For the instance of this tutorial is sufficient to choose like this option like a database engine services for this tutorial. If you want any like SQL Server replication and SQL Server, these are the advanced concepts. Once we reach the advanced level, there we can see all the options. All right, and now let's see that that setup of click next to run the setup. Yes, this is the database engine services will only install over here. Once it is in, select the option and click next. It will be chosen only 1003 MB of capacity from your hard drive, and the basic features of 2019 for the practice purpose it is sufficient to run. Whereas in production server also, where you want to using which application you require to install, that application you can choose and you can run from there. All right, now see here, instance name you can specify your custom or else take it as a default instance. Okay, click next. MSSQL it is showing by defaultly it will shows MSSQL. Yes, in my this MSSQL server instance is already available in my system, so it says that name instance is an MSSQL server. I can choose it's not one. I can specify MSSQL 1. I can choose here. Okay, click next. As any new name you can give just there. That's it. By default, if it is in a fresh installation, it will take MSSQL server. That's it. Okay. That's by selecting this instance, click next. It will be like making a local environment perfections, like instance configuration and initiating the server configuration. For the base, you require to apply for instance name. Based on this instance name, the server will be start and stop, like services will also be initiated. Like see here, SQL Server agent in Authority account name. All right, and in database server in Authority, or else you can choose for the local. Automatically it is starting, and say put it as an all will be automatically it will be initiated SQL Server, and it will be also automatic, and there is a no password applied right now, right? And if you want to grant the privileges for the volume maintenance and the task privileges, you can just simply grant it. Click next. Now you see here the server configuration. Now it's a Windows based authentication and mixed mode SQL Server authentication and Windows authentication. This is very important, where you have to choose for an appropriate action over here, and you choose here like a secured environment. If you want to create, you choose here it is in a mixed mode. Enter the password. By default it is in a SA for the account name. You choose here, specify the password for the SQL Server system administrator, that is in a SA. That is the username. You strongly write it down wherever you require. It's very important and highly required. For once the installation is completed, you want to use to username and password to enter the database instances, where the server, where you have to install like create database instances and do more functionalities with using this super administrator accounts username and password. Okay, the SA is the by default username. SA123 is in a default password. Most of the people will put it as to remember very easily. Okay, and specify the SQL Server administrator, the local user which you are going to be using. You just add current user also, you click there. You choose the mixed mode as well as the specifying the permission and granting we are using, allowing the desktop like missions local user as well. Okay, now just click next. Windows authentication mode also it can be possible to continue with the installation, whereas laptop or desktop which Windows machine is having the username and password, that will be taken care about it. Okay, now this is the way ready to install. This is the way how it is going to be installing all the specified parts it's showing here. Now you just click here install, and the setup will install showing the appropriate configuration files and all. Now the installation in progress. How it is very easy. That's all you have to concentrate to a few more steps to where you require to take in a proper decision which option you want to take to complete the installation successfully. For this, the installation will initiate you. Like MSSQL will choosing this options, you will be complete a successful installation in your computer system. It may be which environment it is an immaterial, like VMware or like Microsoft's VMware or desktop mission laptop, whichever it may be. All right. Be here like it may take some time, a few minutes only. It's all you know that like based on your performance of a mission, it will be take some time. See here, it's almost 10% of completion. It's over. Yeah, you see here, we reached a completion of the installation successfully. The product updates, database engine, the statuses like SQL browser, writer, SDK of the client. What we have chosen while the installation, it all the applications are runs completed successfully. Like for this installation, I have chosen only for the database engine only for the fast completion and very simple for the practical practice purpose of the creation of the database and work with the database SQL Server. All right. Now close. Now you see here, it's a very simply, it's completed the database installation. Once it is completed, you see all you will this is the installation of SQL Server, which is successfully in your computer system. Okay, you will find here by pressing the start button and SQL Server here, scroll down. Yes, Microsoft SQL Server 2019. Expand here. Now this is SQL Server configuration tool, error, import and export tool, SQL Server installation center. All you will see. This is the options only you will observe and you will identify. In our next lecture, we will see. In our next lecture, we will see how to install like a SQL Server Management Studio. For this is the management studio is required to access this SQL Server installed instances and SQL Server engine to operate. That SQL Server Management Studio is a GUI tool to interacting and accessing MSSQL Server. Hope you understand. We'll have a good session with this. For next lecture, we'll see how to install SQL Server Management tools. Thank you for watching this session. Thank you.